Hello folks, this is Sula speaking, and you're watching a commentary video on League of Legends, this one featuring me playing as Karthus again. I'm doing a 5 versus 5 game here with a partially pre-made team. You can see I'm playing along with Mookie, who's playing as Trundle, and along with Atlas, who's playing as Garen. And Atlas uses the username Bertrand DeHorn for League of Legends. We have two random players that we've picked up in matchmaking. We have a random Twitch and we have a random Blitzcrank, players we don't know, and then you can see the enemy team we're faced up against: Olaf, Gragas, Trundle, Tristana, and Irelia. The reason why I'm going to do this game, it was a pretty good game, I'd say, overall. A couple interesting things going back and forth. I had a couple requests in the previous video where I used Karthus, where people said they wanted to see a little bit more with Statue of Karthus using the skin that I was able to pick up. So that's one reason why I wanted to cast this. Another reason is you might have seen on that startup screen that we have a double Trundle in this game. There's Trundle. Trundle, as I record this, is the newest champion that's been added. And then there's also an Irelia on the enemy team. And Irelia, at the time I'm recording this, is the second most recent champion that's been added to League of Legends. So I figure it'll be useful for people who haven't seen these champions before to see them in terms of a little bit about their gameplay. So there's going to be a Trundle jungling for both teams. Mookie's playing, and Mookie, actually, I think this is the first game that he's actually played with Trundle. So, well, this was the day that Trundle came out, so not a whole lot of practice with this champion yet, but we'll see how it goes. In terms of how we're going to split up the lanes, oh, and you can see we our Blitzcrank is taking Clairvoyance, which is a very nice summoner skill on Blitzcrank, and he has already Clairvoyance the enemy team's Lizard buff, just to see if that's where their Trundle was starting, and they are not. But in terms of the laning assignments, I'm going to come up here to the top lane. Our Twitch player is going to take the middle lane, and then we're going to have a Garen Blitzcrank bottom lane with Atlas and our random Blitzcrank, and then of course Trundle is going to be jungling. I definitely like that bottom lane. If Blitzcrank can crank people effectively, and then Atlas can spin on them with Garen, then that's a very good combination down there in the bottom. And you can see our random Twitch player, Thunder Chicken, is sort of roaming around to see if he can see anything while he's stealth, which is probably a good idea. Anyway, this is the way you want to set things up. We have sort of our carries for the game and the two solo lanes, the ones who are going to be getting the most experience. And then we have two of our more tanky characters, Garen and Blitzcrank, down in the bottom lane. So standard stuff. And there's our Trundle. We found him with the Clairvoyance. He's starting at the Wolves, and then he's presumably going to go up to the Golem next. Anyway, that's not too terribly important for me because I'm going to be trying to focus on my lane, focus on farming as much as possible. And here I am. I matched up against the Irelia player on the other team, Frozen Ninja. So that's another reason why I wanted to do this game. It serves as a good example of, serves as a way for me to show off Irelia for those people who haven't seen her too much yet, and talk a little bit about her abilities. Now, Irelia, if you haven't seen her before, she's a melee damage per second champion. She's probably most similar, I think, to champions like Akali and like Xin Zhao. I think the gameplay is pretty similar. My goal, obviously, here is to farm up as much as possible, but it's going to be increasingly difficult as we get higher in level, because in this matchup between Irelia and between Karthus, I would say that Irelia definitely has the advantage just in terms of the champions. Now, you often might think that, well, you know, Karthus is a ranged champion, Irelia is a melee champion, so that would, you know, instantly give me the edge. But not so much. The difficult thing with a character like Karthus, or really any mage in general, is enemy. And oh, I just barely missed out on that minion. I think it had like 1 hit point left. The thing that has always given me the most difficulty when I'm playing with Karthus is enemy champs. Melee champs that can close distance very quickly. So, for instance, someone like Akali who can charge towards you, or someone like Xin Zhao who can also charge towards you. And that's something that Irelia can do as well. So this actually isn't necessarily the easiest matchup, but I'll see how well I can do here. Alright, Irelia is hiding out in the bushes, which is what she should be doing. That's what you want to do if you're a melee character, take control of the jungle. And so here she comes harassing me. She's coming forward very, very aggressively, but staying just out of tower range. So she's going to come down here, and I think that she's retreating, but no, she's actually not retreating. She's sticking there in the jungle. So we're going to continue harassing back and forth, and Irelia kills me to draw first blood, but at the same time that she kills me, I kill her with my lay waste. So we exchange 1 for 1. And you can see the Irelia player, Frozen Ninja, says LOL. So that was a bit of a mistake on my part. I was wrong about the direction in which Irelia was moving. I thought she was retreating, but no, she was actually staying in the brush. So I get killed. We exchange kills, but that's a win for her because Irelia picked up first blood. So that's not good. That's a definite advantage on her side. Anyway, the good thing is that our Twitch player has managed to pick up a kill against the enemy team's Tristana in middle lane, practically at the same time. So unfortunately, I denied our Twitch player first blood, which is a shame. Now, Mookie came in here and was getting in some shots on our tower. So I was like, well, I have teleport. Why not come forward and get in a few shots with him? And then the Irelia player on their team says, frowny face, not cool. So, oh well, not a big deal. Getting in, I mean, a few shots on the tower like that, side tower early in the game doesn't really mean a whole lot. But I figured I was going to teleport back to the lane anyway, so I figured I'd just come forward and support that. Alright, now here you can see our minions are still pushed up against the tower. I'm trying to harass Irelia to make it difficult for her to get minion kills. And while Irelia has done a really good job of harassing, did a good job there before to get the kill on me, my one criticism of her would be that she was auto-attacking those minions and missing out on some kills. Now there is in fact a reason to attack more frequently with Irelia, which I should get to, and I should go through her abilities quickly. And that is one of her skills has a passive that gives her some innate lifesteal. Here you can see me trying to stop her from getting the creeps, but not doing a terribly good job. Anyway, the skill that I'm talking about is Irelia's W skill, which is called Hiten style. It has a passive, which grants her natural lifesteal, and it also has an active feature. She can turn it on to deal true damage, that is damage that cuts through armor. Not a big deal really with Karthus because he doesn't have too much armor anyway, but a big deal if Irelia is going up against a tank or some sort. Usually Irelia's prioritize that skill and level it first because of the lifesteal. This is another reason why it can be tough to deal with Irelia for someone like Karthus. I mean, you can harass Irelia, but she'll be leveling up Hiten style, and so she'll be getting back lifesteal as she goes along. So it's really hard to harass her effectively because she'll just be getting life back the whole time, especially if Irelia's positioning is good. Her other skill that's so troublesome is something called Blade Surge, and it's there, right there, you see her use it. It's when she charges towards me. So here she comes forward with Blade Surge to harass, but I'm able to use my wall to defend myself, and I'm able to get in some very good harassment there. So you can see how much damage I did there. She did some damage to me, but I was able to get in some damage back to her. Now, I know Irelia's right there in the jungle. See, look, I know she's there, and she comes out to harass, but I'm going to have to throw down my wall to protect. And then now that's not so good, because in that particular exchange, she hurt me again, and she's got me to waste a lot of mana going back and forth, whereas you can see Irelia is basically still at full mana. And I am able to get that creep. The good news is I've now hit level 6, and so I'm going to... I now have my ultimate, so I tell the team that I have my ult up. I tell Mookie and Atlas on voice chat that it's up, and I tell the rest of the team, our random players, that it's not. Now here, I know Irelia is there, but I come forward anyway, and she has her ult as well, those blades that she tosses at me, and that's just a poor play on my part. So Irelia gets a second kill on me. That's her ultimate, Transcendent Blades. Those are the blades that you see her throwing at me. I knew she was there, like it wasn't a mystery that she was there in the bushes, but I came forward and I did not get my Wall of Pain in a good spot, and so she was just able to get the kill on me. So poor play, misplay on my part, not always perfect. Could have been much, much better done, unfortunately. So Irelia has indeed gotten an advantage on me here. The good news is that I'm largely keeping up with Irelia in kills because she continues to auto-attack. You can see I have 30 and she has 32. So she's a little bit ahead of me in terms of kills. But she's not beating me too badly. I mean, she is getting ahead here now because she's having a chance to free farm. Irelia has also chosen to go first with Madrids. And so like right there, she missed a melee creep. And there she misses another one, and I mean, she doesn't need to miss them. If she just doesn't auto-attack, she should get those kills easily. Now here, Mookie and Atlas told me to use my ultimate, and so I actually get a kill on the Gragas player in the bottom lane, and then surprisingly, I get a kill on Olaf as well. And so then the Blitzcrank player on our team says, "Hey, nice look," and that was actually pretty funny because I wasn't actually looking at the map. That was Atlas giving me the call to use it, but. Any case, so that has pulled me back even with Irelia again here in terms of this top lane. Not because of anything that I really did, but just because of the Karthus ult and some nice play by bottom lane.
Do you want to get the dragon?
And here Irelia disappears for a little bit, and I'm assuming that she went back to buy. Now, whenever you're in a solo lane and the other person has disappeared and you're in a free farming situation, the key thing is you want to make sure to get every single minion kill. And here I check the bushes to see if she's there, and no, she's not. And here I'm going to miss out on a minion kill because I was checking the brushes to see if Irelia was there, but she wasn't. And now she comes back, but I'm able to use my Wall of Pain to save me. Otherwise, she would have come forward. And she continues just walking back and forth through the wall of pain, which is funny because people usually don't do this. Now, Irelia is doing a good job of denying me golden experience here. And see, like right there, I'm only able to get one of the 3 ranged minion creeps. Here, I'm going to throw down my a ward, just so that I don't have to worry about getting attacked by the enemy team's jungler, their Trundle. You can see I'm trying to stay back very defensively because I don't want her charging forward at me. And because of that, I'm going to be able to get some kills here, get some more minion kills. Unfortunately, those minions are a little bit behind me, and there I misplace a lay waste, and it costs me another kill on a minion. So that's a bit of a shame, but oh well. In terms of how things are going, and see, like here, I'd love to come forward and go to these minions, but I'm just hesitant. I need to keep my distance from Irelia. If I get too close to her, it's very easy for her to kill me. And so, like here, once again, she's zoning me away from the enemy creeps, which is exactly what she should be doing. So she's denying me golden experience, which is what a good player should be doing. Fortunately, and on the middle lane, we actually get 2 more kills. Oh, not in the middle lane. Our Twitch went down the bottom and picks up 2 more kills. So our bottom lane is decisively winning, which is good because I'm falling behind against Irelia here. And so I can see her coming into the jungle again, and so now I have to be very careful. I don't want to get caught out the same as before. And so look, here she is. I'm able to stop her from coming after me, but she's able to come in on me, and she gets in a stun, and she gets in exhaust, so I'm going to counter with Ghost, and I'm going to use that to slip away, and so I'm able to get out of this particular attempt at a kill. Now, while all this is going on, our team has put 4 in the bottom lane and destroyed a tower, but unfortunately, Irelia is now winning the lane against me, and so I'm in some trouble. So I can purchase a catalyst, which will help out in the lane somewhat, but truth to be told, I'm still running into problems here. Now here's one place where teleport really does come in hand because it allows me to get right back to the lane. And so now that I'm here, instead of the tower eating all these minions and denying me the golden experience, I'm able to get all those minion kills. So I pick up about 8 or 9 minion kills there, which is a very, very big deal. And of course I get all the experience as well. So teleport, not always the best option, but there, very key. Meanwhile, you saw me level up even though nothing was happening. Well, that's because our team, after winning in bottom lane, went ahead and grabbed the dragon. And so that was also key. Controlling the dragon, always a very big deal in this game, so we're able to do that, and that gets a little bit more. Now remember what I said a couple minutes ago, anytime you're alone in a lane, you want to make sure that you get every single minion, and here I'm going to miss out on 1 because I want to tell the rest of the team that Irelia is missing, and that's probably worth it to do. But aside from that 1 minion that I missed because I was typing, I did in fact get every kill. And here I'm checking the map to see, because I see anytime you see someone got killed in another lane, it's a good idea just to check the map to see if you can possibly use your ultimate. That wasn't the case there, but it was useful to look anyway. I mean, you can't just always rely on your teammates calling out low health champions for you. All right, you can see Irelia's going back to buy, and now she's picked up a recurve bow, so she has extra attack speed. Is it? Yeah, she picked up, and she also has Berserker Greaves, so she's gone very much for attack speed here. And meanwhile, the other enemy team took down our jungle bottom lane. Now here she comes, and she's coming after me again, but that time I'm going to use my wall to save me. And I'm just going to continue farming these minions. But look, Irelia once again denying me gold, denying me experience, just by her position in the jungle. I mean, I know she's up there, so what I probably should do is toss down Wall of Pain into the brush there, just to reveal her and slow down her movements. And so like there, I do manage to hit her with Lay Waste. But like here she comes forward again. And so once again, I'm able to save myself with Wall of Pain. But the problem is, as I said before, it's just a bad matchup in this lane. Irelia has the advantage. She can close distance so quickly with her Blade Surge. Her other skill that I didn't talk about, her Equilibrium Strike, if she has more health than I do, then it slows me for a second or two. If she has less health than I do, she stuns me for a couple seconds. So that's just it's just a bad situation. If she can charge in, close the distance immediately, getting past my wall, then she can stun me and then just start attacking. She'll be life stealing off me, and it's just a bad matchup for Karthus. I've played against Akali's before, and it's really the same deal. And there in the middle you see there's 3 of us, but unfortunately the blitz misses. So anyway, I requested to swap into another lane, and so Atlas is going to go up there. And so he, with him being Garen and having lots of armor, is hopefully going to help us against Irelia a little bit more. Alright, anyway, this video is almost done, so I'm going to thank everybody for watching, and I'm going to pick this up again next time in part 2.